revenue officer, planner, public health officer, and the valuer. The finance officer, revenue officer kabete, the planner kabete, valuer, public, you are two. Public health officer, thank you. We move to Loiro. Loiro team, the sub-county admin, okay, has left to the other function. Then we have we don't have the admins there. Finance officer, the revenue officer, the planner, valuer, thank you. Public health officer, thank you. Then we move to Githunguri. The sub-county administrator Githunguri, the ward admins Githunguri, then the finance officer Githunguri, revenue officer, planners, valuers, public health officer. Thank you, team Githunguri. Juja team, the sub-county administrator, the ward admins, finance officer, revenue officer, the valuer, planner, Juja, public health officer. Thank you. Then Thika team, the sub-county administrator Thika, the ward admins, the finance officer, the revenue officer, planner, valuer, public health officer. Thank you, Thika team. Then Gatondo North, sub-county administrator, the ward admins, the finance officer, the revenue officer, the valuer. Then we have the planner, public health officer. Thank you. Gatondo South, the sub-county administrator, ward admins, the finance officer, revenue officer. We move to planner, Gatondo, valuer, public health officer. Governor, we also have a team of directors invited to this meeting. We have the director revenue, director administration, director physical planning, director public health, director valuation, director ICT, director enforcement, director environment, director trade and markets, director weights and measures, director sports, director alcoholic drinks control directorate, director transport. Then, Governor, we have a team of municipal managers. Municipal managers, kindly be upstanding. That is the team from the municipal administration. Thank you. You may have your seats. We also, Governor, have a team from the County Assembly. Our members of County Assembly. Thank you. Then Cabinet. And thank you. You may have your seat. My fellow chief officers. Thank you. We also have the newly inaugurated chief officers, a team of 3 seated on the extreme left. Welcome to the meeting. Governor, mine is only to congratulate this team and also to welcome this team so that we can strategize on how we are going to hit the crowd. Our year is starting in a few weeks, so we need to have good So the new team. Governor, if you allow, let me introduce the new team that have joined us. We have Dr. Mercy Jagi. That is the new chief officer in charge of education and gender affairs. Benson Joroge. Simon Dirango Kiferenge. Elvis Kungo, the chief officer in charge of intergovernmental affairs. Edward Passin, the new chief officer in charge of communication and public relations. Daisy Jamuge, the new chief officer in charge of public service management. Judy Jerry Wawero, chief officer in charge of service delivery. And Wairimo Wajaya, the chief officer in charge of special program. So welcome to this team. The governor has just said that we need to be part of this team because we'll have to move forward together. So Governor, I don't want to take much of your time. Let me invite Chief Officer Zachary in charge of revenue to take over the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief in charge of public service and administration. But now you have Zeta helper. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. This is the engine that you have put in charge to bring forth the 7.8 billion. Not an easy task, however. This is the team that you have put in charge to do the revenue business at the sub-counties. I wish to congratulate you, Governor, because you have recognized the smallest unit in our county where the revenue is being generated, and that's the ward, and that's why we have the ward administrators. And you have duly recognized them as part of the cog to deliver the revenue for this county. Needless to remind the team, Governor, that the potential for this county is 13 billion, and therefore the budget that we have for the revenue at 7.8 billion is still below what you describe as not sufficient. And therefore, ours, Governor, is to put more effort in revenue business, Governor. When there is calm at the ward level, we well know with Waziri that work is not being done. In the immediate past, we have had a lot of complaints, and I am happy because our member of County Assembly are here, and they have committed to help us and to assist us in correcting this revenue. Because without revenue, the objectives that we have are not going to be made. We made a promise to Kiambu people that we are going to deliver service to them, but again, services are delivered via revenue, and there is a cost. Governor, we multiplied our previous performance by 2.2 times, and therefore, you expect us to have 2.2% of the effort in the correction of our revenue. And that's why we are here today, to review the performance which we are going to showcase later in the day, Governor. And then we have a strategy moving forward to the next half of the year. Without wasting a lot of time, my name is Gitau Zachary, Chief in charge of Revenue, Supply Chain Management, ICT and Internal Audit. I wish to welcome Waziri in charge of Finance and Economic Planning and ICT. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Mine is just to welcome all of you to this meeting that we had set that every other month we'll be having a meeting to check on our performance. So Your Excellency, members of the County Assembly, my colleagues, and all the staff and officers from the sub-county, our new municipal managers, our new chief officers, welcome to our meeting. I would like to state that we have been holding Rararai and Huduma Mashinani in the last 2 months, and we've seen our improvements in terms of collection. I would state that without this RRIs, we've seen that our revenues have been quite low. In this meeting, I would like to request that moving forward, departmental heads and sub-county heads take the initiative and own this process. Finance will back you up and work with you through this process, but own it moving forward from January ends today. So let's have a strategy on how to collect and also be consistent on our collections. Our performance in the sub-counties is purely vested in all of us putting an effort. I would like to request also the departmental heads, Salome, Lance, and all the other heads who are having revenue streams to also back us up in this process. We have a target of 7.8 billion, and we have not yet half of that to date. Our own sales revenue covers 37.1% of our expenditure in the budget. So if we're not able to meet this, we will not be able to cover most of our projects. So I urge you to have that vision with us as management, as executive, to work with us because we dedicated to collect this amount. Your Excellency, I won't say much because of time, just to welcome the CS, to welcome you as we start and continue the meeting.
Thank you, Waziri, Your Excellency, our members of our County Assembly, our CEC, our Chief Officers and Directors. Good afternoon. My name is Degwa Peter. I'm the Acting County Secretary and Head of Public Service. We welcome our new chiefs. We also welcome our municipal managers to join this county team. Revenue is key. Cash is what? King, isn't it? Without cash, we'll not be able to do a lot of those things. We just end up with pending bills because we had budgeted for projects. We put them out, but we have not been able to pay our contractors. For me is to ask you to be committed to collecting revenue for the county so that we are able to do what we have set out to do for this year and for our people. So with those few remarks, it's now my humble duty to welcome our Governor, Your Excellency.
Okay, asante. Tuketi chini, tafadhali. County Secretary, our CC Finance, our other members of Cabinet here, CCs, our Chief Officer, especially Chief Officer Revenue, our CFO, I hope is around, plus the other Chief Officers who've joined us this morning, including the Chief Officers who've just joined us as a government, whom we've just accepted their papers this morning. And I believe they've been introduced, so maybe just one more time. I could ask them to stand up. The new Chief Officers, the 8 of them who are in, those are our Chief Officers that have just come in. I know there'll be enough time to introduce each one of them once I'm done to the team here. So County Secretary, the rest of the team, you can have a more engaging process of getting the teams to gel and work together. So our Chief Officers, new Chief Officers, feel welcome. This is part of our team that is leading the front at the sub-county and ward levels, including in our offices, to ensure that we meet one of our goals, one of our main goals, and that is ensuring that we hit the target that we have set as a county government in revenue collection. So you will melt as time moves on into this team, because your departments that you will be serving in will encompass this team as it is in each department wholesomely across the county. So karibuni na mketi chini, mtaweza kujuana na wengine. Then we have our new municipal managers, whom we could ask also to be upstanding, our municipal managers. We have 11 of them. We are yet to complete the entire 12. We'll have another municipal manager very soon. I hope that even in the setup I see this morning, as I said when we were accepting our new municipal managers, that it is my expectation that at sub-county level, that barrier, that boundary that has been put before, that does not exist, it only exists in our mind, to distinguish between the municipality and the sub-county. It's largely administrative. It's not necessarily definitive when it comes to service delivery. That even as you sit this morning, because for all our municipalities right now, save for Gatundu North and Gatundu South, all our other municipalities are conceptualized alongside the boundaries of our Juja municipality. We are talking about indeed Juja sub-county. That is how we conceptualized the boundaries of our municipalities, such that the sitting we have this morning is acceptable because you have not been deployed to the specific sub-county that you'll be serving in. But consequently, afterwards, we expect that your plan, your work, even in sitting, you sit alongside in these monthly meetings with your team, not only physically, but also up here and in your planning, because we expect there to be teamwork. In your sub-counties, we are not going to run two distinct plans, whereby we are saying that they are the functions of the municipal or municipality itself, and we recognize that the municipality, we are going to give you staff. Yourselves as municipal managers will give you all the other officers that are relevant to run your office, just like our ward administrators. And so let me sound it out early, so that then, because the sub-county administrators here, and then the municipal managers, we may make that mistake of going to our planning desk with that concept that we have left and right as far as service delivery is concerned. My expectation is that you sit together, because if a municipal manager is expecting to plan, build an access road, for example, that access road will definitely cut across the administration boundaries and limits of the sub-county admin. And so you need to plan together. For purposes of today's meeting, and maybe I could ask you to sit down so that you get introduced by our county secretary at his own time, by specifically naming this point. Let me also point out that it's not going to be correct to assign a municipal manager to a municipality this time. by this weekend, so you'll know where you'll be serving come Monday. And we expect you also to be in office. But for purposes of this meeting and other functions, but specifically for this meeting, we expect there to be one plan. Each sub-county, for example, we have expectations. And this meeting, all of you know that is called by our CC Finance, arising from our commitment to the citizens of Kiambu, that we shall marshal resources together this financial year amounting to almost 8 billion Kenya shillings, about 7.9 billion in our own source revenue. This county has oscillated between revenues of 3 billion to 3.1 billion until this year when we came into government. And we raised that amount to 3.6 billion. That 3.6 billion, it is our belief that we did that within and towards the end of an election year. So in peacetime, we took the leap that we can be able to double that revenue. And so other than the 3.6 billion that we raised, we decided to take that big bite and commit in our budgetary proposals, not in a plan in a room, but in our budgetary proposals, that we are going to marshal 7.9 billion this year. This is December. We have another 6 months to raise the rest of the money. I want to take the opportunity to let everyone know in the room that this is one of the key milestones that I, as a governor, take very, very seriously. And my expectations are that now moving forward, that we are filling in the gaps of personnel, and especially leading personnel, the key people who lead the charge. Then this is going to be done. As I said many times before to most of you who are here that joined before, but I can say it for the sake of our new municipal managers and our new chief officers. Some of the things that we've done as a government this time were earlier perceived to be not ordinarily possible. But we have done and achieved some feats. We had spoken about last year, towards the beginning, most of the people would not have agreed with us. When I came in, allocation within a period of 6 months. When I said that, people thought that I was in those 6 months. We did what had not been done in 10 years of the previous governments. We tripled that 300 million. Earlier it was 100 million. I said to our people that it is possible that we are going to ensure that all our citizens who enroll, we are going to, as a county government, pay for their medical insurance cards to ensure that no one in this county is discriminated as far as medical care is concerned, be it an individual or family, on account of their state of economic well-being. That the poor can access proper good medical care like any other person. So when I went around, I said we are going to register as many as 1 million people in our first go. When I took off and called the first meetings, word went around, and we were dismissed, despised, talked about, that we were merely just trying to attract attention. Within a period of less than 3 months, we enrolled slightly above 300,000 people. 300,000. And I said we are going to commit a first net amount of 250 million. That was not there. And remember, when I'm saying those things, I was saying those things having inherited a government that had pending bills of 7 billion plus. And when I said that, again, people thought that we were bluffing. We called our first meeting, people enrolled. Last month, we called out a meeting for all those 300,000 people that enrolled. And all those that could come, they came and filled Kirigiti Stadium. And in Kirigiti Stadium, we handed over a check for 250 million that has been cashed by NHIF today and has been paid fully. And all our 300,000 people as of today can walk into any medical facility into this county now and across the republic and get proper medical care irrespective in their families. And we have also advised and advertised that coming January, we wanted to do it in December, but it looks like we'll do it in January, that we are calling out to fill that number to 500,000. And so we'll be having our sub-county and ward campaigns from January to register the balance of the people to at least make 500,000 beneficiaries in this county. And so we said it is doable, and we did it. Just within the same period, we have rolled out a child feeding program that had not been done before. I said again when we were having our meeting with our team that every child in our ECDE learning level, one is going to be learning in a brand new facility. And most of you know, because you're in the sub-counties and wards, and you've gone around to our schools, you know the state of our ECD learning centers that it has been. I said we shall revolutionize it and build ECD centers that are state of the art. That's what we are doing. The last one that was completed and was being taken around, I think that was in Mheshimiwa Bed's place. Yeah. Ndoma. I think that's the last one I saw out on social media. People were asking whether this is in Kiambu or whether it is in Wisconsin. State of the art, 2 classes, an office for the teachers, ablution block, and a play center. We are doing and done in 83 schools, and we were targeting by February will be done in 143 schools. Our target is to clear every school in 2 years, doing that. And we've moved on. We have since then paid down from the 7 billion in pending bills. We have paid down now close to 1 billion shillings that we would have put in development, that we have paid out to people who are owed by governments other than us over debts inherited over the years. Most of you out there, you've seen what we've done in our medical facilities. We have gone around renewing our medical facilities. If you go now to Thika level 5, it is not the Thika level 5 you knew before. We have refurbished the entire facility. Come to Kiambu level 4 hospital, we have refurbished the facility. We have gone around ensuring that all projects that were dead before we came, they are alive and getting finished. We are in the process now of completing 4 level 4 hospitals that were abandoned all the way from the year 2014. Now, all of them approaching 90% completion. We are currently building 13 new level 3 hospitals, all contracted. Most started. And the story goes on. To meet those obligations that we have made to transform the social well-being landscape of our people takes commitment. It takes people who don't see things in the ordinary and people who are ready to make big commitments and make those big commitments and live by them. That's what we're doing. And so, as a team here, I want to put it on record that I agreed with our CC, finance, and the team in finance that we shall break down that big bite of a number into chewable bites right from the ward level. And so we have a ward level target. And we have got a sub-county target. And then we have the entire target. The purpose of this meeting, then, is to do a spot check every month. And we see, according to the target of the sub-county, where are we? What are we doing? Have we managed to get to what our targets are? To make that more real, we decided that let's tie that with a commitment also from our officers in charge. And so I also directed that we start a performance contracting system whereby we are requiring now moving forward that every officer at your level, from our county secretary to all our CECs downwards to our directors, will move that down to our ward admins and the rest of the people who qualify to sit in such a meeting, that we shall require you to sign a performance contract with KPIs that we are able to measure, to say that this is exactly what you have achieved, and this is how you're achieving it. And we make that part of our coexistence, so that we can have a roadmap to walk the talk. And so, lastly, I want to then leave it to this team here, but with one caution, that against all what it takes, let us not make these meetings, these monthly meetings, a talk shop, whereby we just come here, spend time, talk, or compare notes, eat lunch or whatever, and disappear. And finally, we get nothing achieved. I'll be very particular as a governor that we walk down this path with you and each one of us pronounces himself. This is where we are as far as our promise is concerned. So I want to, Waziri and your team and the rest of cabinet, because you're here, sound it to you that I expect to see this upscaling during our meetings. But also, you ladies and gentlemen, when I come down to the sub-counties and wards, when I come to ask your questions around the municipalities, I expect results. We can't get anything done if we don't have the finances. So, tafadhali tufuate huo mpango, mhakikishe kwamba hii kazi inafanyika na mfanye kazi, mhakikishe kwamba tunaserve watu wetu vile tunavyofaa kuwaserve pale kwa sub-county, na hatuwezi kuwaserve bila pesa zenye tunahitaji kuwa nazo. Nyinyi mnajua hali yangu kuhusu mambo ya kukosa kuwajibika as far as resources are concerned za umma. We still have challenges. I want to report that to the meeting. We still have a lot of challenges from where I sit. Not 2 days go by before I receive a report or a complaint of an officer at fairly high level mwenye alikuwa ameenda amecollude na planner, wamepanga, wamepitisha building plans nini, pesa imewekwa kwa mfuko, wengine walikuwa wanakula pesa ya rates, nyinyi wengine our sub county admins and ward admins complaints kwamba mtu hapa amekuja amechukua pesa, mambo ya hii club sio licensed, hajalipa, ama hawa ni licensed na bado hawajatoa pesa. Na kuna watu wana at your level wana collude kuungana, hawa watu ndio pesa zetu zipotee. Huyu waziri wameripoti wakati wetu wa hii RRI ya kwamba part of the big challenge they have ni kuwa watu wetu wenye wako kwa ground wana collude na ile watu hawajalipa. So wakienda kutafuta pesa ngambo hii, unapata yule mtu wako kwa ground ndiye anajaribu sana kuzuia hao na kuwa pingamizi kwa kwenda kupata hiyo revenue. Hiyo bado ipo, inaendelea, tutapambana naye. Lakini kwa upande wangu, mnajua hali yangu, nimejitangaza mara mingi, lakini sitakangi kusahau kujitangaza, ndio tusipatane alafu iwe labda kumesahaulika vile governor alivyo. Mimi ahadi yangu ni moja tu, ya kwamba wewe kama utafanya hiyo, basi wewe fanya tu kwa vile ni kauli yako na nishakwambia kutoka zamani, mbeleni, kutoka mwanzoni. Lakini pahali tutapatana kama hiyo imefanyika, basi mnajua jawabu yangu wanga ni moja tu. Mtu aina hiyo kama umefanya hayo, hatukuange na mazungumzo mara mbili. Yangu wanga ni hiyo moja tu na tunamalizania hapo. Na hakuna mtu, nataka niwaahidi, hakuna mtu hata kama uko kwa level gani mwenye utakiuka hiyo na ufaulu au utafaulu. Hiyo mimi inachukuanga personal. Tusikilizane, na niliwaambia mara ya kwanza, sisi tumekuwa na jina mbaya sana. Tukitokea mahali unasikia eti ile watu ya Kanjo, ile watu ya Kanjo. And we are doing better than that. We must kill that perception of us. Kwamba sisi ni watu ya kwenda kunyang'anya watu vitu yao, watu ya kwenda kupora watu wa kwenda kuchukua vitu za watu wakati wanauza na tunaenda kujiwekea nyumbani, watu wa kwenda kupotosha watu na kuchukua pesa zao. That name, we have to kill it. Jameni. So tusikilizane. Mwenye ukiamua kupita hiyo laini, tukipatana, lazima mimi nitazima engine yako. Tazima. Ndio angalau wale wenye wachache ambao sio wabovu wapate nafasi pia ya kufanya kazi yao. Na wewe waziri, ningependa kwenye hii kikao useme ni nani na nani, wewe na waziri wale wengine akina Salome wenye wako hapa. Yes. Nataka hapa ueleze hao. Unajua wanaweza fikiri ati governor anapeana hadithi. Tuko na watu wengi hapa. Yeah. Kwa hivyo kama ni jina la watu, sema mtu fulani yako na kesi. Tulisema afanye hivi na hivi na governor amesema barua yake ya interdiction iandikwe, aende kwanza apumzike. Tuko na hawa watu wengi sana. Watu wetu wa planners, nyinyi planners. Hiyo mahali yenu ni serious sana. Wapi planners? Wako hapa? Simame, wako hapa. Tuko planners wangapi hapa? Watatu tu. Kwa hizo sub county Sale, wapi watu wako wengine? Wapi huko? Okay, walakini tusikilizane moving forward, kwamba isifanyike hivyo tena. wakati huu ndio mkutano wa muhimu kwa mwezi huo. So kusikue ati kuna mtu anafaa kukua hapa kama plana na ako pahali pengine. Wote wawe hapa. Ndio kama kuna swali wanajibu. Revenue yetu kubwa inapitia through hawa watu. Na nyinyi planners mmewachilia kazi yenu imeharibiwa sana. Kwa zikienda kule unasikia jina ya plana, jina ya plana, jina ya plana. Hiyo kitu lazima muachane na hiyo kazi bwana. Hiyo mambo bwana. Muende muambie wenzenu wenye wanaharibu jina ya kazi. Nyinyi ni professionals. You go to university, gentlemen. Natoka na degree mzuri. Umesoma muda mrefu. Alafu watu kila saa ukisikia kwa mambo hii yetu ya nini ya mijengo wanaharibu jina ya planners. Our finance officers, you can have a seat, gentlemen. Our finance officers, same story. Sasa ndio nataka tuelewane na nyinyi watu wetu wa municipal managers, sub-county admins, ya kwamba lazima sasa mform net moja ya kuhakikisha kwamba revenue haipotei na mu-identify watu. Tumeelewana? Yes. Mu-identify watu. Tukifikia mwezi wa pili tutainua level ya kuhakikisha kwamba watu wenye hawafikii kwenye hii level, kile kiwango tunataka, in good faith tutaanza kutoa watu wenye kama target yenu ni so much na tunaona nyinyi mmepinduka hapo, struggle na you don't find the formula and the chemistry ya kudeliver hiyo, tutadismantle your team, because hatuwezi kukufa sisi wote pamoja kwa meli moja tukiwa tunaona ni watu wachache wanafanya tukue na leakage. Hiyo nataka tuelewane pia na nyinyi. Wakati sisi tuko kwenye mikutano huko kwa sub county, I expect kwamba nyinyi sub county admins, ward admins wetu mko kwenye hizo vikao. When I'm in the sub county, when I'm in the ward, kwa pale. Hata nyinyi municipal managers same. That is our forum yetu ya kuulizana maswali. Kwa vile kule nyinyi mko peke yenu. Ulizana hii iko hivi, hii iko hivi, hii iko hivi, tunajibizana. Kwa hivyo tukifika huko kwenye sub county tusiwatafute. Wewe jua ya kwamba tunakuja, be available. Kama kuna maswali sikia vile watu wako wanasema. Your own wananchi, what are they saying? What are the issues there? Waziri, nataka nikuachie hiyo mambo ingine mkiwa na timu yako, county secretary, ndio muendeshe hii mambo kwenda mbele, na kwa mkutano wetu wa Jumatatu na wa Jumatano asubuhi. Sasa nyinyi mfanye presentation yenu ya kutuonesha kulingana na mahali tulipo siku ya leo. This is exactly where each sub-county is. Na zile targets zenye tumepeana. Sasa na nyinyi, our municipal managers, you own those targets alongside that team. By the time we are deploying you, you own those targets. So karibuni, hata hao chief officers wetu wenye wamekuja, tuendeshe hii kazi. Kazi ya raia sio rahisi. I don't want to cheat anyone here. Na nyinyi wengine wenu mmekuwa hapa mnajua. This job is not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted. Hii ni kazi ya kujitolea. Lazima muwe mmejitolea pia. Kuna mambo mengi, kuna siasa, kuna nini, what have you. Lakini lazima tuifanye. Tuko na viongozi hapa nyuma yangu, our MCAs. MCAs tulisikilizana nao, tumechaguliwa pamoja. So, MCA akikuja aone ya kwamba kuna ukora inaendelea pale na mtu amechukua pesa ama amefanya nini, ako na ruhusa ya kuuliza swali. He has permission to find out what is happening. Nini hiyo imeendelea. Na ako na ruhusa ya kupata jibu. Na asipopata jibu, basi mimi nitafuata. Kwa vile yeye akipata ataniambia. Sitaki tujifanye ya kwamba ati kule MCA is elected by the same people who elect me as an elected leader. Na tumeelewana na ya MCAs wanaweka integrity also as the first principle. So as long as the MCA is asking a genuine question about what is happening, about what he deserves an answer. Tumeelewana jameni? Situko pamoja? Kwa hivyo sitaki kuongeza zaidi hapo. Tuseme karibuni, tuendelee. Sasa next time tukikuja, waziri sio ati governor kuja kuongea na kuenda, ni presentation, brief one, edited, ya performance per sub-county, per ward in 15 minutes. Right from when we started to the improvement onwards. And the key milestone or the key destination and goal will be the 7.9 billion, broken down what is happening in each of the sub-counties. Sasa, Mungu awabariki jameni. Atende vyema sasa. Tufanye kazi. Hii kazi ndio hivyo, na nyinyi mlitafuta hii kazi. Hapa hakuna mtu aliletwa na mama yake vile ati mtu anayepelekangwa shule kama umeshikwa na kiboko kwa mkono. Hapa mtu alijitembeza na ukaomba sana upate kazi, hata ukapiga magoti kwa Mungu wako. Ukabahatika, ukapata kazi. Sasa ukishapata kazi, tenda hiyo kazi. Fanya kazi jameni. Sasa, asanteni. Mungu awabariki.
Yes.